Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Just before this video begins, I want to announce a giveaway that I will be doing on the channel where the first 1000 subscribers will be entered into a giveaway to win a £10 gift card for Xbox, PS4 or Steam, depending on your preferred platform. So just simply subscribe to have a good chance at winning this prize. Once the channel hits the sub goal, the winner will be announced via your YouTube community post. Best of luck. Whilst I was doing research for this video, I came across a couple of websites that you can access just by a simple Google search. And that Google search is simply just the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Whilst the majority of what I'm about to share with you is surface level information that literally anyone can access in a matter of 5 seconds, it is some really interesting stuff that I really haven't been seeing too many people talk about. This information is especially crucial to know if you are a big fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and you're eagerly awaiting it. Whilst obviously the trailer gives us quite a big taster for what the movie is going to be like, there is quite a bit of stuff that's important to the story, such as the characters and the location, as well as the story, which can be looked at. So without further ado, let's take a look. First, let's take a little look into what we definitely know is going to happen with this production. Its release date was announced to be the 27th of October 2023. However, this is specifically the United States, so it could be different for different regions. In between takes, we see that this film is also known as Bad Cupcake, which could just be a project name. This name was likely given to the project to make it a little bit more discreet and secret, even though that's kind of impossible when you are, well, at the end of the day, making the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. The filming locations for the FNAF movie take place in New Orleans and Louisiana. The actual game is set in Hurricane, Utah. Also is set in the official novel as well as referenced in FNAF 6. The storyline is as follows. Mike Schmidt, a night guard at a local diner, becomes troubled after confronting the truth about the animatronic costumes that reside. They aren't just robots, they are alive. Will he be able to survive all 5 nights at this haunted diner? Or is it something more sinister at play? Yeah, to be honest, this storyline description is probably everything you expect about a FNAF movie, so no big surprises around here. However, things start to get a lot more interesting once we start taking a look at the images as well as the cast of characters. Actually taking a look into the cast of characters, we have Josh Hutcherson playing Mike Schmidt. Once again, not much of a surprise here, obviously Mike Schmidt is going to be an integral character and part of the story. And so to play an important character like that, they needed an important actor, so Josh Hutcherson fits the role very well, or he should. On the right here, we have Matthew Lillard playing as William Afton, yet another key character in FNAF lore. It's going to be really interesting to see how they handle the character of William Afton inside of the movie, but being played by Matthew Lillard, I do have high hopes. Next up, we have Elizabeth Lail playing as Vanessa, which is quite an interesting character to say the least, being one of the newest additions to the FNAF storyline. Both characters of Vanessa and Vanny were slightly expanded upon in this security breach game, however definitely not enough as we still know barely anything about these characters. Mary Stuart Masterson is playing as a female villain. I don't have much to say about this character as they are literally just regarded as a female villain, and I don't think they are even mentioned in the trailers, but it'll be nice to see a little cheeky dynamic maybe between William Afton, our main man, and this new villain. Now that I think about it, this new female villain could as well be Vanny. Some of the cast on here actually make up the original cast of characters, including Bonnie, Chica and Freddy, but weirdly enough, Foxy is not on it. These cast of the original crew are most likely just for the motion capture and movement of the actual animatronics and hopefully not dialogue. On here we also have Kat Connor Sterling playing as Max and Bailey Winston playing as Kim. I have absolutely no clue who these characters are. Someone in particular who stood out to me in the cast was Joseph Poliquin playing as Carl. This could as well be Carl the Cupcake, although I do sadly doubt that this will be the case, otherwise this would be more of a comedy than a horror. Seriously, I can't think of a single way of implementing Carl the Cupcake into this movie and taking itself seriously. Another interesting character for sure is being played by Ryan Raynick, Freddy's security guard. This Freddy security guard could as well be the guy we see just a few frames of in the trailer being absolutely terrified and pressured up against the wall. I'm not 100% 100% convinced on this, as I'm not quite sure if their face structure really do match. The thing is, better yet, this guy could as well be the phone guy, but that would be unlikely, although it'd be very cool. I mean, if we did have a phone guy in this, I'd be very happy. In terms of the casting, I would say that the last point of interest would be Wyatt Parker playing young Mike. Considering the fact that this young Mike Schmidt is among the cast, I am guessing we will be getting some sort of flashback. Or it could just simply signify that this young Mike will have their separate storyline alongside the main, potentially showcased right at the introduction or the ending of the film. For now, all I can say about the cast is that they look very interesting and promising, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they will bring onto the screen. It will be nice to see some dynamics develop between these characters and how they will implement themselves into FNAF lore. Even though we might be aware of one or two of these characters, we still don't know how they will interact with each other when it comes down to the main story. Now it's time to take a little look at the images that we have access to so far. Some of the images were taken directly from the trailer, so I won't be talking about those, as I'm sure many of you are already familiar with them. This first image shows a set designer who seems quite happy by his work. Not too much to be talking about here exactly, just someone doing their job. I guess it gives you a little bit of an insight into what goes in behind the scenes creating the animatronics and all the different props and sets. On the left hand side, we see a bit of a mannequin type of thing being dressed up as an animatronic, probably Freddy. In this image, once again, we have a bit of a behind the scenes shot. This just sort of showcases the monitors that they are using to look through the camera. And as I mentioned previously, here it is again, Bad Cupcake, the project name. There is also a cheeky little Vanny figure down below. We knew that this would be a very professional production, and images like this kind of reinforce that whole idea. On the left hand side monitor, we see a show of either a bus or maybe some sort of restaurant, and the right hand side sort of looks like a bit of an office environment. However, it could just be that these two cameras are near each other, which they would have to be if this is live. Next up, we got a very exciting image of a different location shooting inside of a mall this time instead of the restaurant. Judging from this image, it seems like our main man Mike got into a bit of a kerfuffle over at the mall and landed in some fountain water. There's also this guy just sitting in a pool looking like he's contemplating life. I'm not sure if that's a motion capture suit or if he's just some sort of cameraman. I honestly would not be able to tell you where this scene comes into the storyline, but it is nice to see and always a good sign that there are multiple locations in which the characters revolve around. The next image that we can take a look at is of a police car, and there seems to be another police car right behind it. These police cars seem to be pretty old, possibly from the 80s. They are in quite a weird location, so I'm not really sure what that's about, and seemingly there are one if not multiple people inside of the car. Or maybe this is just an empty prop and I really am going insane. By the looks of it, the police will have some sort of involvement in this whole Freddy's case. This shot is simply just another perspective of the same scene we saw in the trailer. Oh god, by the looks of it, our main character is literally going to be turned into mincemeat, or maybe this could just be a flashback or one of those moments where he thinks he's in danger but he gets rescued at the last second. Or maybe he's not even in danger at all, as putting on the helmet will do him no harm. Well, no real harm anyway. There you guys have it. These are just some of the things I could muster up around a FNAF movie. Please do keep in mind that the majority of this video could be possibly subject to change, because at this moment we don't actually know that much about the movie. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in a future video. Goodbye.